Hello, Squirrel Nut here. Today I will be reviewing Ubuntu version 16.04 long-term support. If you find this video helpful, just go ahead and hit that like button. And then while you're at that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you do that, hit that little bell notification button right by it, and you will be notified whenever I have new content on the web. Okay, this is Ubuntu 16.04 LTS long-term support. It is Debian based. It has its own desktop called Unity. Go ahead and click on the little icon here, and it will show you your favorite applications. This will populate over time. When you first install it, it will just have generic applications up here, and then you have your recent files and folders that you have accessed. And if you click on this little A button here, it will go ahead and show you the applications that you recently used, all of your installed applications. Click on this and it will populate all of your installed applications. Scroll down to see all of them, and then will also have your dash plugins, your applications which you're viewing right now, your Banshee, which is your music player, calculator, so on and so forth. Go ahead and click on this page icon, and it will show you your recent programs that you accessed, and then your downloads, what's in your download folder, and then your documents, music, pictures, so on and so forth. Click on this little movie icon. It will show you your current videos that you have on your computer. You can also search for your specific videos. Same thing as your music. You have your search for your music, and then also your pictures here. And this is pretty much all your applications. And if you want to search for a program called, let's say, Etcher, type that in, and there it is, Etcher. Next, this is the equivalent to your file manager here. You have your home, your desktop, documents, downloads, so on and so forth. Connect to server. Basically, if you know of a file transfer server you want to connect to, or a Samba server or whatever. And then if you have a USB stick attached to it, you can also access it to this ROM, DVD-ROM. You just go ahead, click on that, and then when you insert a USB device or a CD device, it'll just go and auto-populate here and ask what you want to do. Open folder, do nothing, whatever. And it'll also have it on your launcher here. And if you don't want it on your launcher, you just go ahead and right click and unlock from launcher, or open it in a like this. Anyways, and then if you have any networks installed, and computer is basically your root access right here. It's installed with Firefox browser. It has LibreOffice, your writer, calculator, Impress, Ubuntu software. Go ahead and go into that, and it will have all of the software that Ubuntu supports. You have your audio, graphics, systems, so on and so forth. And your installed programs, if you want to remove anything, this is where you go to remove your software. And if you have installed any software that is not in the software store, it'll show like third-party, non-free. That it's not very reliable, but anyways, you click on remove and it will remove it for you. Your update tab if you have anything that's updatable, and then your system settings here, your appearance. This is where you go ahead and change your desktop right here to any sort of wallpapers or whatever. And then your theme, it has 3 themes to choose from, or you can go ahead and install a theme, or if you want to change the size, your icon size on your launcher here. And then you have your brightness and lock, language support, mouse, sound, printers, Bluetooth, so on and so forth. The details is just basically tells you about your computer, how much memory and whatnot you have, your device's name, computer name, so on and so forth. Software updates is basically a program right here that is control of making sure that you have everything up to date. You have your other software is basically if you install any software from third party, it will list it here, and when you go ahead and when it checks for updates, it will go to the site to make sure it's updated and so on and so forth. If you want to check updates dailies every 2 weeks, so on and so forth. Additional drivers, I want to touch on this. Say for instance, if you have like a NVIDIA graphics card, when it first installs it just installs a general driver to get you up and going, and then you go here to your additional drivers and you can download and install your NVIDIA driver for your graphics card, developers options, so on and so forth. Your user accounts if you want to add any users, and so on and so forth. And if you want to put anything here on your launcher, or remove, unlock from launcher, which will remove it. Say for instance I want to put Etcher on here. You click, drag and drop, and it will put it on here. Oh, okay, and then it's up here, Etcher, and then if you want to remove it, unlock from launcher, and it will remove it. Okay, and to shut down the Ubuntu or restart it, go ahead and go up here to where this cog is, click on it, and you go to shut down, and you can either restart or shut down. And you can also go ahead and log out or switch users or lock or but anyways, this is Ubuntu in a nutshell. Next I will show you how to download the file and put it on a USB. Okay, to get Ubuntu, all you do is just fire up your web browser, go to ubuntu.com, and then go to downloads here. They also have different versions of Ubuntu, like cloud. If you want to start your own cloud, it has your server, your desktop. Ubuntu Kylin, basically for Chinese. It's the Chinese version that complies with the government procurement regulations. And then the alternate downloads, you have your BitTorrents if you're into that, or if you have multiple computers you want to install Ubuntu here, you go here. And then Ubuntu flavors, you have your Kubuntu, Lubuntu, Ubuntu Touch, which basically you can install on tablets or smartphones. But today we're interested in the desktop version, so you go click on desktop, and it shows you the recommended system requirements: 2 GHz dual core processor, better 32 gigabyte system memory, your RAM, a 25 gigabyte hard drive, Ethernet, Ethernet right here, either a DVD or a USB for the installation media. You go ahead and click on downloads or your alternate downloads for your BitTorrents. Right here, if you want to donate to Ubuntu, this is where you donate. You can throw in whatever you want for like the desktop, cloud computing, so on and so forth. But if you do not want to donate, you go ahead and click Not Now, take me to the download. But I suggest you, if you do end up using Ubuntu, I do suggest on donating some money, either $1 or $50 or whatever you want. You don't have to, but I suggest you do that because the developers more or less do this on their spare time. And if not now, take me to the download section. And your download should start automatically. If it doesn't, click on here, which it looks like it's not, so I would have to download and start downloading. But that's how you get to Ubuntu. And next I will show you how to put it on a USB drive. Okay, this is Etcher. It's you can put any sort of image on a USB flash drive. You can use it on Windows, Mac, or Linux. I will put a link down in the show notes along with the link to the download for Ubuntu. Anyways, you click on select image, go to wherever you downloaded the image, click on the image, open, and then it will go to the next part, your USB drive. Make sure you have you put it on the correct USB drive you're meant to, and make sure it's does not have anything on that USB drive, because it will erase everything when you go ahead and flash the USB drive. And go ahead and flash. Step is the installation. Okay, when you put in your installation media and boot your computer up, you'll be welcomed to this welcome screen. It has two options: try and boot to without making any changes to your computer. That's just if you don't want to really pull the trigger and install Ubuntu quite yet, or you can go ahead and install Ubuntu. Let me go ahead and click on Try Ubuntu and show you what it will look like. And then it will go ahead and go into this screen right here. You have your keyboard shortcuts here, and then down here you have access to your hard drive. Let's go ahead and run the installation script here. X out of this. And then it will show you a welcome screen. You just select your country. And then of course right here, if you want to download updates while installing Ubuntu and install third-party software for graphics, Wi-Fi hardware, so on and so forth. I do suggest still running that driver manager, just in case if it misses something, but it may not, you never know. Okay, and then you can install it alongside your Windows 7 or 10 or another Unix that you have installed on your hard drive, or Mac, or so on and so forth. Or you can erase the disk entirely and install Ubuntu. Then, or you can do something else. This is if you want to set up multiple partitions, you can do that here. But right now we're going to go ahead and install Ubuntu alongside Windows 7. And then you can use the slider if you want more for Windows or whatever you have on your computer, or more for Ubuntu. And then this is just basically a warning that changes will be made to your disk. I cannot stress this enough, but backup any important files that you may have. And then this is basically saying that it's going to make changes on your hard drive, and then the following partitions are going to be formatted to your extension 4 partition, which would be your Ubuntu, and then swap partition for Ubuntu. And then you just select your time zone, and then your keyboard layout right here. And then right here you set up your first account, the name that you want to name your computers. And then you pick your username and then your password. And then if you want to log in automatically, encrypt your home folder, so on and so forth. And then right now it will copy the files on to your hard drive, and if you did choose to automatically install updates, it will go on the internet and see if there's updates and install those instead of the what's on the installation. Okay, when it's done restarting, you can either when it's done installing, you can either continue on testing or restart now. And then you just remove any installation medium, and which would be your USB drive, USB drive, or your CD, DVD-ROM, or whatever you use to install it. Press enter, and it will restart your computer. And then, each time when you start your computer, you will run into this option to either run Ubuntu or your Windows, or do a memory test, or run advanced options. And that is pretty much Ubuntu in a nutshell. Well, this is Squirrel Nut signing off.